All right, so now we're in Esther chapter 3. Remember, Esther chapter 1 is where King Ahasuerus gets rid of Queen Vashti. Chapter 2 is where he chooses his new queen, Esther. And now in chapter 3, we're going to be introduced to another man named Haman. Now, at the beginning of the chapter, truly Haman experiences what a lot of us have experienced, and it's truly your pride just being hurt. So I remember in a basketball game in college one time, I was angry because we weren't playing well. And I went up for a dunk, which at that day, I mean, I'd done it plenty of times before, so it wasn't like this was a new thing to me. But I went up for a dunk, and I think it was because of my attitude and things. But man, I literally just hammered that thing on the side of the rim, and it just sent me back down to the ground. Now, thankfully, I didn't like fall on my back or anything. I mean, it sent me down to the ground. And I remember like just getting up being so angry about missing it, and now the embarrassment of everybody watching, being like, "Oh, he just missed a dunk," and everything else. I was so hurt. My pride was so hurt because of that. Well, that happens to Haman in the beginning of chapter 3. So King Ahasuerus, Haman's kind of his right-hand man, and he tells people to kind of pay homage to him, to not worship him, but to bow down to him in the sense of this guy's an important person. Well, he comes out of the king's gate every time, and everybody is doing all the king's servants are, except for one, and that's Mordecai. Remember, the cousin of Esther, who raised her as she was his own child. So he doesn't stand at all out of reverence, or he doesn't bow. He stays doing what he's doing. Well, finally, after a while, people start telling Haman that, like, "Hey, dude, this dude's not standing up for you, not bowing for you. I mean, he's not even showing you reverence at all." And so it hurts Haman's pride so much. He gets so angry because someone isn't showing him what he thinks he deserves, that he finds out Mordecai is a Jew. He goes to King Ahasuerus and says to King Ahasuerus, there's a people group that will not pay homage to you. They will not reverence you. They're not going to treat you as king. They claim there's another king, and that they don't have to be under the laws that we're under. And so would you please just go ahead and write an edict saying, or a law saying that on this day, we can just go ahead and wipe out all these people. So massive murder, like slaying of an entire people group to happen on this one day. So that happens the beginning of chapter 3. In chapter 4, the end of chapter 3, it goes out to all of the Jewish people. So it's proclaimed, and the end of chapter 4 says, "But the city of Shushan," which is where the Jews were at, "was perplexed." Like, what the heck? What do we do? Now all of us are going to be slaughtered. What do we do? So at the end of chapter 3, you've got a new queen who's installed. You also have Mordecai, who has not paid reverence to Haman, and Haman now hates him and hates his entire people group because of it. And so now he is going to put out there that the entire Jewish race should be murdered on a certain day. It's now passed to all of the people. In chapter 4, we're going to figure out how that's going to be combated, how they're going to get out of this certain edict. So tune in tomorrow for that.